Okay. Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. Lady Gaga's outfit has been revealed. And it's like a complete different vibe. It seems like from like the Margot Robbie version and Anna Sorkin version from Batman the Animated Series, which is like the origins of the character, but totally understand like wearing a skin tight latex bodysuit and having a 1-ton hammer. It's like can't really do it. Checking out the socials, it seems the overall temperature is about like 80-20. There's still some people holding out for Margot Robbie. Like she has her stands, which I understand. Like I would never be one, no, but like I totally get where they're coming from. She did play Harley Quinn very well. I got to give it to her for that. Some of the productions weren't that great, but I think her as a character was excellent. But this seems like a role like built for Lady Gaga, right? And it seems that she's more than likely gonna knock it dead. With Gaga's past, it's totally filled with like bizarre outfits, outrageous songs, and her overall persona, it's really not hard to see why, you know, she fits the bill. And let's not forget that like her acting roles are out of this world. She's absolutely crushed major things such as like American Horror Story, A Stars Reborn, and A House of Gucci. All these performances, she's either won or been nominated for like major TV film awards. Now you're probably saying, "Well, Sleek, what's the issue here, man?" S- I think she's gonna do great. You think she's gonna do great? How can this be bad for DC and Warner Brothers? Well, my friend, the issue is there's too many properties, there's too many universes. Nobody can actually keep a track of which Batman's where, which Green Arrow's where, where's the Flash at, which Joker is this, what's going on. There's too many properties. Like in the past 5 years, so many properties, DC, all set in different universes. It's too much to understand. Unlike its Marvel counterpart, where it's one universe. The TV shows blend into the movies blend into the TV shows, and, like, you might think, "Well, this is kind of a recent thing with the Disney acquisition and everything," but no. I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a show that blended into the universe. Now there might be, like, a little bit of retcons and things like that, but overall, it works in the same universe, unlike DC's. Alright, y'all, let me take you on a little adventure back into time. The year is 2008. The star is Robert Downey Jr., and the movie is Iron Man. This movie changed superhero media going forward forever. No one even cared about Iron Man. But then, you know what? Robert Downey Jr. played him. Everyone cared about him then. This like movie transformed everything we ever thought a superhero could be on the big screen. Now, let's take a look at DC's property since 2008. All right. Well, you had the Dark Knight, which is a game-changing movie. Like it changed the industry as well as Iron Man, but in different ways, right? Heath Ledger's Joker is bar none like one of the best acting performances ever. But look what follows up afterwards. You have Watchmen, Jonah Hex, Green Lantern. These are all different universes. None of these tie into each other. The Dark Knight Rises comes out, ends that timeline. Man of Steel comes out, right? Is Man of Steel part of Dark Knight? We don't know. We don't know. You get confirmation it's not. Batman vs Superman, the Snyderverse, pretty much continues on for the next couple movies. And then like this odd thing happens, right? Like WB comes out with a Joker movie. Like, why? Like, what the heck? Turns out to be amazing, you know? Hmm. Joaquin Phoenix crushed it, right? And there was a lot of fatigue, like quick fatigue from Jared Leto, right? Like people didn't really feel him as Joker at all. Like I didn't think it was that bad, but there's people who like hated it. Like, who's this hot Joker? With his hair slicked back and tattoos and like looking like my ex-boyfriend. I don't like it, right? Well, anyways, Snyderverse continues, and then this other blip happens. You're coming out with a Batman movie, but it's not Ben Affleck. Like, what? And there was rumors before, like, Ben Affleck's coming out with a movie. Nope. Robert Pattinson, the Batman. Another one. See, here's the thing, right? There's still movies coming out, right? There's Joker 2, which Lady Gaga's in, which I will continue to fold into why it's bad for DC to have her in this movie. But, you know, we have Black Adam supposed to save Snyderverse, never did, right? Henry Cavill came out the end, and that's the last you'll see of that dude. You know what I mean? And this is just the movie properties, right? Like I said before, the TV shows in Marvel link right into the movies. I take Jessica Jones, for example, right? I specifically remember I'm talking about the New York incident, which was pretty much the events that happened in Avengers 1. There's companies, there's name drops, there's different Easter eggs throughout that lets you know that, hey, this is in the MCU, right? Opposed to DC, they can't do those kinds of things because they're in a different universe. This makes it like super hard, like to like wrap your head around, right? Because they allude to Batman. It's not your Batman. It's this other Batman that's in the CW, which exists or doesn't exist, and it just makes it all convoluted and very hard to follow. Now, look, man, there is 7 different universes just for the TV series alone, right? You have the Arrowverse, you have Constantine, Swamp Thing, you have Gotham, you have Pennyworth. There's so many different things. It's too much to understand. It doesn't fold into it. It doesn't make sense. It's all convoluted, right? This is DC's biggest weakness, I feel like. I feel like they can't get it together when it comes to a coherent timeline. Look, man, I'm a Gundam fan, and there's plenty different timelines, but there's basically one major timeline, right? It's called the Universal Century. Here's the thing about the Universal Century timeline is that there's different entries in the timeline, but the main character is the timeline. Very similar to Marvel. I mean, they're not succeeding that well at doing it, but ultimately, MCU's timeline is the story. Yes, there's characters, there's Captain America, there's Iron Man, but the timeline is pretty much what hooks people in and keeps us going. That's why we're going to movies to watch Ant Man. If there was no MCU, no one would go see Ant Man. Anyways, how this folds into Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn is that she's going to be amazing in it. People are going to love her. There's going to be controversy. It's going to rile up the fans. And guess what? She's probably going to get another movie, right? Especially if this gets awards. This might be Warner Brothers' biggest movie in the last ever, probably. I mean, they had big movies, I guess, since The Dark Knight, right? So, what does that mean for the DC timeline that James Gunn is creating, right? Well, ultimately, it's not going to be put on the back burner, but it's going to be put on the back burner, right? So, if you introduce a new Harley Quinn, no one's gonna care about that character because we got Lady Gaga Harley Quinn, right? Introduce a Joker, which you have a Batman series out, everyone wants to see the Joker. Are we really gonna care about that Joker, man? Or do we want to see Joaquin Phoenix? Yeah, I know it's in a different timeline and it's a different universe, but we want to see him versus Robert Pattinson. We don't want to see whoever you get. I don't know who we might, whatever. Dude from Sheldon. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. But ultimately, this is just gonna be like a detriment to the actual ODC timeline. And guess what? Yeah, we're gonna win as viewers short term, right? But to get that long, continuous timeline, the story that hooks us in, that makes you care about these lesser characters. It makes you want to watch a Wonder Woman. It makes me wanna watch, like, a Teen Titans movie. That makes me wanna watch, like, a Booster Gold movie. I mean, maybe nothing make me really wanna watch a Booster Gold movie, but, you know, made me care about Darkseid and Kang and all these larger than lives, like a Brainiac invasion. It would be so sick. The comics do it so well sometimes. I don't even not all the time, man. There's some there's some events that don't work out well, but they DC does have amazing events that can be translated into a movie, but we'll never get there because there's too many threads. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, man. It's just I don't see it happening. That's the reason why I think that continuing on with this Joker line and Lady Gaga, she's probably gonna crush it with Joaquin Phoenix. Man, I just seen some of the extra pictures, which I'll put right here. There, it looks like it's gonna be amazing, right? And who doesn't want to explore that? Like I want to explore that. And the more I'm invested into this timeline, the less I'm gonna be invested into anything else. But ultimately, man, Gaga's probably gonna crush it. She looks amazing. What can I say, man? If you're a DC fan, all I gotta say is, man, like, buckle up. It's gonna be a rough one. I know James Gunn did Guardians, like, cool, I guess, but I don't have too much faith in this new continuity that's coming out with. Especially there's still Arrowverses and things like that. DC really needs to bring it in and having successful movies that aren't in that continuum, it's just gonna fracture it even more, you know. But hey man, maybe some original stuff might come out again, like back in the 90s. Maybe we'll get a Waterworld 2. Who knows? You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for watching the vid, man. If you like and subscribe, and until next time.